Hey everybody, I want to welcome you back to another quick tie session brought to you by RockyMountainFlyShop.net. We are in Season 5, Episode 1. We're very excited to have you guys back. I want you to go ahead right now while you're at it, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that little bell down there that's going to notify you every single time we have a new video come out, which is going to be once a week from now for another 17 episodes. If you're part of the replay squad and this is where you're watching us tie, please just leave a comment. Let us know you were here. If you weren't watching the show but you made it here, we'd still love to know that you're there, okay? Season 5 kits, still available on our website. You can go to www.flyfishingbowriver.com/TNLS5 and grab your kit today. Okay, this is what I'm tying out of all season long. You're not going to want to miss out on this. What we're going to tie first, I'm going to take you through this guy here, the kindler, gentler Mop Fly. So if you want to head into your kit, open that sucker up. We're looking for this guy here, Season 5, Episode 1. Turn it over, you're gonna have two different packages in there. You should like this packaging a little better this year. We worked hard on it. Go in there and open up the kindler, gentler Mop Fly. Not very many materials in this fly. Let's head over to the vise, take a look. All right, so what you see here is we have this fly in the vise, the kindler, gentler Mop Fly. This materials today, there's only two of them. One of them you're not gonna find in your local fly shop, but if you did need to find other materials, you're gonna head on over to RockyMountainFlyShop.net and grab your materials there. This back material here is actually a detailing mitt that you're gonna find or use for cleaning your car. When you find one of these, there's gonna be about 1 million of these on that mitt. I tell you what, it's gonna last you a long time, but you're gonna go through them if you're using this fly a lot. Okay, let's get to it. What we're tying on today, we are tying on a size 12 scud hook. Okay, this guy here, let's go ahead, get it in the vise. Get it nice and secure, make sure it's not going anywhere. I'm tying on, for thread, I'm gonna be using some UTC 140 in black. It is important that it's a little bit thicker. We're gonna be splitting this thread, making a little bit of a dubbing noodle out of it. So it's important that we have that. Let's go ahead, let's start that thread just behind the eye of the hook. Okay, we're gonna work it back. Snip that tag off. Now I want you to take this back a little further, about to where that hook barb would be, and then I'm gonna come back forward just a bit and let it hang just behind the tip of the hook. All right, time for number 1 material. We're gonna go in here with this detailing mitt piece, okay? It's kind of like chenille. When you peel a little back, you're gonna see that it exposes. There is some core material there, okay? That's what we wanna tie in. So I'm gonna get a hold of those, place this so it's hanging off the back of the fly. We want that to be long and dangly off on its own, okay? I'm gonna take my thread. I'm gonna spin the bobbin towards the material. I'm left-handed, so for me, it's gonna be a clockwise spin. It's gonna cause that thread to jump rearward, gather, wrap over top of that core. Here we go. I'm gonna wrap forward, securing that in. This is a good time to go ahead and check. Give a little pull on that sucker. If it's locked in and it's secure, then you know you've got it in the right spot. Okay, it's locked in. I'm gonna bring my thread right back to where I tied it in. And this is where we're gonna get to work on splitting this thread. Now, how do I do that? A little bit thicker thread. If I take and I counterclockwise spin it a little bit, it should flatten the thread out a bit. And if it doesn't flatten out for you and it doesn't look wide enough, you just keep going a little more. Okay, so I spin it a little bit more. If you get to the point that it cords up on you too tight, go in the other direction, because you're gonna hit a point at which you're kind of in the middle. So now you can see when I do that, that the thread itself starts to separate a bit, and I'm gonna be able to get a little bit of a bobbin or some other tool in there. So what I like to do is I like to go in with a bodkin, okay? So I'll push it up like that so you can see it. I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna poke my bodkin, trying to go kind of halfway in between, splitting the thread in half. Sometimes it can be a bit tricky. I'm gonna tip it towards myself so I can see it better. When you feel like you've kind of split it about halfway through the thread, we want to keep that position because that's where we're going to put the material in. So here I go. I've got it split, okay? So you can see I've got it split down the middle. I'm going to pull a little bit of extra thread off my bobbin. I'm going to keep my finger right in there, okay? Just like this so it's not going anywhere. Now I'm going to go into my material here. What we have here is this is rabbit fur dubbing, okay? So it's got all those long guard hairs in it. Really nice material to work with. I'm gonna grab out a big glob, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 3 small pinches, okay? pinch like that. I'm just gonna go in between that split thread and I'm just gonna set it in there. Pinch number 2, same thing, set it in there. Pinch number 3, go ahead, set it in there. I'm gonna get rid of that. You shouldn't even need any dubbing wax. That holds quite nice. I'll kind of hold it to make sure, pinch on top, let my finger come back out of that thread. And that's what I should have, just like that. 3 little pinches, I can kind of spread them out and even them a bit. Then I'm gonna let a little bit of thread come up on my bobbin. I'm gonna spin my bobbin. So spinning my bobbin would be no different than spinning a dubbing tool. So I'm gonna spin it, let it rope up that material. As you can see it roping up there. Make sure it's good and tight, spin it a couple more times. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start wrapping this material forward, okay? So what I wanna do here is I'm gonna take my fingers, even moisten them a little bit, draw that material back. Every wrap I go forward. Touching wraps, moving forward. We wanna end with a little bit of space in front of the eye. Just like that. You want your material to run out right when you get to there. Gonna do a couple little wraps there, extra wraps. I'm gonna go in with my whip finish tool and I'm gonna whip finish. Don't worry if you've got a few extra fibers that are kind of hanging out all over. We'll be sure to get rid of those momentarily. I'm gonna snip my thread. And I'm gonna come in here. If there's any materials I need to kind of trim back by that eye, I go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use just a little bit of UV resin just to touch the head here. I'll hit that with a little bit of light. Oh, I know that's good and secure. If you want, you can grab a small brush or some Velcro and brush some of this back. And that right there, my friends, is the kinder, gentler Mop Fly. Very good imitation of a crane fly larva. Very effective. I suggest you add it to your repertoire and try it again. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Hang out with us every week as we bring you a new quick tie. Always brought to you by RockyMountainFlyShop.net. All right, till next week, guys. We'll see you then.